Welcome, everybody, to this edition of Attention Talk Video. I'm your host, ADHD and Attention Coach, Jeff Copper. People with ADHD, when you are struggling in situations, there's a urge to just to label things based off of emotion. Like people say, I overthink. I have a hard time making decisions, stuff like that. And what it kind of really want to help share with people, I find a lot of times this is what I call loop thinking. So if you watch my channel, I've done a lot of videos on working memory. When you sit down, you think about something, you've got to load information in your mind, kind of like booting up a computer. And when you load information in your mind, there is a limited capacity. So if you load a bunch of stuff in and you're distracted, it's kind of like your computer gets unplugged and you have to reboot. So I find a lot of times people who say they're overthinking is what I call loop thinking. In other words, they sit there and an idea comes up and they kind of load the information in their mind and they start to ponder it in some type of way. And for whatever reason, they get distracted and they go do something else. When they come back, they have to start all over. So they kind of looping back over and over and over again. So why is this important? Well, if you understand that's kind of what's going on in your particular situation, you're sitting down to think about something. One is you want to limit the distractions. Number two, it's helpful for you to externalize your thinking so that when you come back, you don't have to really start over again. The idea is if you start going back and back and back and rethinking the same thing that you did, kind of like Groundhog Day, you're looping back and looping back and looping back, and it can feel like you're just overanalyzing situations. So for many of you, you might not understand this, but for many of you, this actually might speak to you. For those that are new to our channel, please hit the subscribe button. And for our existing viewers, thoughts. I'd be interested. Do you loop think? Does this have an impact to you? With that, we hope you've enjoyed this edition of Attention Talk Video. Take care.